right now. Seattle U being introduced, new members of the WAC. They lost last Saturday to Idaho. Close game. They led by 6 with 6 minutes left, but then fell to the Vandals. We'll see the Vandals on Saturday. How about our Cache Valley Bank starting lineups beginning first with Seattle U?
Yeah, you take a look at Seattle, and Clarence Trent's the guy we talked about. Number 12, he's good. But how about the freshman, number 11, Sunderhouse? This is a redshirt freshman. They brought in a big 6'10" kid, somebody that's really good with his back to the basket. We'll see how he does. And also, you got to keep your eye on Rasmussen. This kid can get out and shoot it. He's shot a lot of three-pointers this year and shoots a pretty good percentage. We'll keep our eye on him.
Cameron Dollar, of course, many might remember he played for those great UCLA teams in the mid to late Bruins. 7 years as an assistant at Washington. Followed Lorenzo Romar there. Now has been the head coach there for 4 seasons here at Seattle. In 2009 and 2010, he was named Independent Coach of the Year. Now, obviously, they're in the WAC. His dad also assists him. He's been a coach for 40-plus years, Don Dollar. And how about for Utah State? This is their 5th starting lineup that they've used this season, and this has been their most successful. They're 5-0 with this lineup.
You know, and this is a very effective lineup. And you take a look at Marcel Davis, the point guard. He's done a great job filling in and earning that starting spot, really taking care of the ball. And Kyisean Reed's really upped his game, playing like a senior. And as of late, Preston Medlin has really come on, scoring over 20 points in the last 3 contests. Done a great job. And we talked about Butterfield. What a good job he's done.
Starting lineups, of course, presented by Cache Valley Bank. Kyisean Reed, the only senior on this Aggie team. And Coach Stu Morrill has done it again. 10-game winning streak. It's the 8th time in his brilliant 13-year career that the Aggies have won at least 10 games or more consecutively. He is 51-4 in the month of January in the Spectrum. Let's get to our automatic car credit keys of the game, Brooks.
Well, Michael, you take a look at the keys and what these two teams got to do to come out with a victory. First, you take a look at Seattle University, and, you know, they're in the Spectrum on the road. You mentioned their first Division I road game in 33 years. Turn up the heat. That means ball pressure and shoot high percentage. When they beat the Aggies last year, they shot 55%. Then play smart. You're on the road, play smart. Utah State, handle the pressure. We know that they're going to use that long athletic bodies that these guys got from Seattle and pressure the ball. So handle that pressure and then clean the glass. The Aggies are a very good rebounding team, plus 10 on the boards this year. Seattle's plus 7 against their opponents. So there's going to be a big battle down in the key and on the low block going after the rebounds.
The Seattle Redhawks, perhaps their biggest win ever was against the Harlem Globetrotters back in 1952. Have a look at tonight's officials: Brent Moe, Ronnie Hernandez, and Bill Gracie. Hopefully they won't be a situation, they won't be a story in tonight's game. Hopefully it's well played both sides. Marcel Davis going to track it down. Starting once again for Stu's crew. Aggies with first possession here, trying to improve to 3-0 in conference play. Reed lost it for a moment. He had 4 turnovers on Monday against Texas State inside to Shaw. And Utah State does turn it over. Trent, nice inside look as Sunderhouse finishes.
They're going to get you on the break. That's one thing they want to do is use that athleticism and run the floor. And immediately you see the pressure.
Marcel Davis. Here's Shaw. Lost it. Lost it again. It's Prince Obasi. Solid player for Coach Dollar.
Coach Dollar's known for man-to-man defense, but Coach Morrill talked, hey, we didn't see any zone out of him until we go up to Seattle a year ago after we played them once. That's all we saw was zone all game. So it'll be interesting to see what they come out in. They're starting that man-to-man defense after they put on the pressure.
Shaw missed the shot. Here's Trent. Back to Obasi. Inside, this is their best post player. Now back outside to Trent. Nails the 3, and Seattle U with a quick 5-0 lead. They come in 5-6. We talked about they lost to Idaho last Saturday in their only conference game so far this year.
See, Trent's very effective from downtown. I mean, the ball goes into Sunderhouse, a nice little 2-man game. In and out, high-low action.
There's Preston Medlin. Well, the Texas road trip did him well, scored at 24 points and 21 respectively against Texas, San Antonio, and Texas State. It's on his first. There's Pickett Jr., who got married on Sunday. Inside. Sunderhouse gets the bounce. He's got 4.
Well, they're immediately going into Sunderhouse. He's touched it all 3 possessions that Seattle's had here on the offensive side. They're going to really go after him, or go into him. You see he's effective for the redshirt freshman.
He's by far their best post player. Medlin able to draw the foul on Obasi. 30th meeting. Aggies lead 15-14. Last year, even though they weren't in the same conference, they split. Aggies won at home, and of course, Seattle won at Key Arena, where the old Supersonics used to play before they were the Oklahoma City Thunder. There's Medlin. Only points for Utah State. Marcel Davis. Out of bounds, so it's going to be actually a foul.
Yeah, they're going to get Pickett Jr. with the hack across to Marcel's hand or arm. You know, the Aggies trying to work around this defense and moving the ball across the perimeter, a little skip pass. You know, that's one thing that Marcel Davis has done, is improved his game in shooting the ball. It's been very effective from downtown.
Matter of fact, he leads the team in field goal percentage at 62%. Medlin was blocked. I think that was Chad Rasmussen getting a piece of it. 6'7", more of a perimeter player than an inside. But able to get that block on Medlin.
See, Obasi wants the one-on-one with Kyisean. Feels there's a mismatch. They're switching on screens, and you see Obasi really trying to clear the lane to those fellas to get out of the way. Let me see if I can take him off the dribble. Thought Kyisean did a good job staying in front of him.
Kyisean guilty of the foul.
Unfortunately picked up the foul.
7-2, still early.
Having clock issues.
Yeah, still at 35.
Looked like the shot clock never started.
Still set at 35. Well, they're still taking their time adjusting this clock. Now, it was 16:02, and now it's 16:59, and 32 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, the game clock ran down, but it didn't look like the shot clock did. So there's your three-point shooter immediately coming in, going after it.
Shaw with the rebound.
You know, that's a big rebound by Shaw. That's the one that he's going to go after and use that length.
Reed, tough shot, able to draw the foul. Kyisean Reed will head to the free throw line. Last week was the WAC Player of the Week. Also MVP in the World Vision Challenge, sponsored by Gosner Foods.
Well, you take a look at Kyisean. Something that he's really done well this year has been patient in the post. You know, I like the ability to draw the foul. He got early offense, sprinted to the block, and got the ball. And, you know, he's been very patient offensively.
This is the first. 6'6", 215, senior out of Palmdale, California. JC transfer out of Antelope Valley.
You know, shoots about 62% from the free throw line. And, you know, that's one area that the Aggies are always looking to improve. They had one game where it wasn't their best free throw shooting game, I believe St. Mary's, and then they come back and started shooting much better. On that last road trip, they started the game off slow from the foul line. See if they can continue to knock those down.
And Kyisean has more attempts than anybody. Now with 60. There's Trent. Hit a three earlier. Back iron, and Butterfield with the rebound. And Butterfield has been playing very well as of late. Pickett Jr., though, able to pick him. It's Obasi.
That's the active hands and the athleticism that these guys have. You see immediately with his back to the ball. Nobody yelled wolf. Nobody let Butterfield know. And Pickett Jr. uses those active hands.
But Trent turns it over, walked with it.
Trent's really matured from a year ago, and you look at the overall facets of his game. Just a junior. He started as a sophomore last year. He is more of a loose cannon. You can tell that he's a little more under control this year. Kind of their leader as a junior.
Transfer from the Washington Huskies. As you mentioned, more the guy now. Last year he was third or fourth in that pecking order, even though he started. Here's Davis on a drive. Nice inside dish. And Reed's able to finish, but nice penetration by Marcel Davis.
Well, Seattle dropped into a zone, and you see a couple ways to beat that zone. If you can penetrate it and kick to the short corners like they just did, or get the ball to high post. Great offensive execution coming from the Aggies on that set.
Here's Reed again. No, he hammers it home. Kyisean Reed.
Boy, we have liftoff in the Spectrum, Michael. You get Kyisean going and you get some energy in this Spectrum. I cannot believe.
So after a sluggish start, and not a big surprise, speaking of Utah State and off to a slow start, you know, it took them 2 months to play 7 games. Now they've played 7 games in 2 weeks, and they played a game on Monday. They did get a charter, but Coach Morrill was really concerned about prep time and energy.
Yeah, trying to keep that energy. They had their tournament where they played 3 games in 3 days, which really helped out. Then you go on the road on a Saturday, Monday turnaround, and you're right back at home on a Thursday, Saturday. So kind of see how they pan out for them here at home. I mean, Seattle's one of those athletic teams you gotta be careful with. And right now, the Aggies have really turned up the defensive pressure. You notice they went to a zone, and since they've moved to a zone, they have not been able to get the ball into Sunderhouse.
Tell you with another turnover, Reed. Nightly sports show. Check out Talkin' Sports tonight on KMYU, My Utah TV. Of course, Aggie highlights, the Fiesta Bowl going on right now. I'm sure highlights of the Ducks and Wildcats. Utah State 5-0 run to tie it up at 7.
See the pressure that Seattle's bringing at you right now is they're just trying to get you to turn it over on the inbounds, and then they immediately will fall back in man-to-man. You watch Pickett Jr., boy, he's an active guard.
Davis, oh, nice feed again, and Reed again with the finish. Boy, Marcel Davis been very impressed with his passing ability. The assist numbers are rising here the more comfortable he gets in this system.
Well, he's a very good penetrator. A lot of people underestimate his quickness on the first step. He's able to get by defenders, get it into the heart of the defense, and then make the appropriate pass, like he's done to Kyisean twice tonight. That's amounted into points. And Kyisean's got 7 here early. Credit to his teammate, Marcel, for getting him the ball, penetration.
Giving him some good looks. Reed again, top of the key. He can't miss. 9 for Reed early on, and the Aggies by 4.
Boy, and it's another assist coming from Marcel Davis. It started, he didn't penetrate deep into the key, but he started to penetrate. Sucks the defenders off in a little pick and pop action. Gives it back to Kyisean. You take a look. See, he penetrates into about the elbow junction area, then kicks back to Kyisean. Boy, Kyisean's on fire here early.
Seattle with their 3rd turnover. Marcel Davis already with 4 assists. Had 6 on Monday. You see the shooting percentages. Utah State, they've been shooting very well. Against Texas San Antonio, they shot 62% as Medlin pours in a 3.
Well, as soon as Seattle dropped into a zone to see if they could stop the penetration from Marcel, the Aggies did a great job working the ball around the perimeter, staying disciplined offensively, and taking what the zone gives you. A great look for Preston Medlin. That's what you want, is your shooters taking those shots.
Medlin with 5 is Sunderhouse. On the post move, was fouled, and will head to the free throw line.
They're going to get the foul on Butterfield. It looked like it was Clifford there playing post D on Sunderhouse. And Sunderhouse, I mentioned, a big body.
It's a 12-0 run by the Aggies. Deshaun Sunderhouse will try to put an end to it. The freshman out of Georgia. Just a 63% free throw shooter, but makes good on the first. As Butterfield heads out, Marvin Jean comes in. Also Rasmussen goes out for Coach Dollar. Bring back in Clarence Trent, the junior from Tacoma.
Well, between Trent and Sunderhouse, that's all the points for the Red Hawks here early in this ball game. And, you know, good things have happened for Seattle when they've got the ball into Sunderhouse. That time he found himself at the line and got the free throws, able to knock him down. And his first couple baskets came when he was down low in the paint.
Ends a 12-0 run by Utah State. Very impressed with the progression of Marcel Davis. As a true freshman, you knew he would get better as the season wore on. The starting lineup and really starting to produce for Coach Morrill.
You know, Stu's really had some great point guards come through here. Almost every single one of them has been a junior college transfer. So this is going to be the first opportunity that we're going to see a freshman go through the full 4 years of his system. And I believe that Marcel's going to have the opportunity to really develop into one of the greatest Aggie point guards that you'll see. I mean, you look at the numbers that he's putting up as a freshman. Right there goes after a nice block. Might have got caught pushing off with the body just a little bit, what the official's saying. But you go back to Marcel, he has the opportunity to be something really special. Here's another look. Boy, that's all ball unless they said maybe the elbow raked the head.
And that would have been his first block of the season. Instead, they called a foul. You see the turnover situation. Both teams committing 3. Devon Pickett Jr. misses the first.
Well, Seattle's really doing a good job getting to the foul line. And Pickett, he's another one of them penetrating guards. He's one of those guys that likes to get into the lane and wreak havoc on defenses.
He played either the 1 or the 2. Same with Prince. They just go with the hot hand. Whoever has the hot hand plays the 2. Very balanced. He's their top scorer. Last game out against Idaho, he had 17, which was a season high for him. 14-9. Here's Davis. Medlin with the runner off target. Trent with a rebound. Good positioning by Clarence Trent.
Yeah, great ball fake coming from Preston. Got a good look, just a little too hard on the runner. But Trent's going to get a body on you. He's a good rebounder.
Seattle turning it over for the 4th time. It was Jarrell Flora who's checked in. Here's Gene, top of the key, and he's good. Marvin Gene, the junior out of New York with 2.
How about the play of Marvin Gene as of late? I mean, really coming into his own. Had to step up and fill in on the wing position when they lost Danny Berger to injury. And then Quincy Bear leading the team. But you look at the good things that Marvin Gene's able to do. He's a great shooter, a tremendous shooter.
Flora with a 3, just a sophomore out of Bremerton, Washington. Comes in averaging 4 points a game. 4-point Aggie advantage. Davis, the pull-up jumper is good. Sweet-looking Jay by Davis.
Boy, what a great on-ball screen, and you get the 15-foot jumper. And then how about him on the defensive end? I mean, how about the game that Marcel Davis is playing right now? Gets a very good look and makes a great decision on the open basket down here, and then hustles back defensively and causes a turnover.
Still a season high. Been in foul trouble recently whenever he plays, so hopefully he'll have a good outing here against Seattle. But how about Marcel Davis? 1 for 1. He's got 2 points, 4 assists, and a steal in 9 minutes of work.
Yeah, no turnovers. You know, and that'll do. And you look at some of the things that he's done as of late, and you look at Texas State, he had 6 assists to 2 turnovers. And when they were at UTSA, 4 assists to 1 turnover. I think you'll take that from your point guard, especially as a freshman. And something that Coach Morrill talked about is I just got to keep him from hitting the freshman wall at the end of January, 1st of February.
Said we'll have about a 30-second discussion. Don't hit the wall.
The dog days of February, once that comes around, that's also, I guess, when the freshmen run into that brick wall.
Utah State continues to shoot at a blistering pace, although Reed misses for the first time at a shot blocked by Seattle.
Great help size.
Misses on the 3. Lopez with the rebound. He's had some bad breaks in terms of the fouls that we've watched over the last several games. Reed again. This is going to be a goaltend on Deshaun Sunderhouse. So Reed now double figures, Brooks, with 11 points.
Well, Kyisean Reed, he's left-handed. He's going to want to go to the left side. You take a look. Little ball fake over the right shoulder and immediately cut back left. And that's an easy call. And Trent's going to wipe that one off the glass. That ball's on the way down. So great job offensively. You know, very patient. When he gets the ball, he's not looking to panic. Very patient offensively down on the block.
Reed, though, will be called for the foul reaching in on Sunderhouse. I see Lewis Green, number 13, and back is Chad Rasmussen, number 15, for Seattle.
The Redhawks were trying to go high-low down to Sunderhouse, and you know this will be a good test for Sunderhouse with Lopez. Lopez is that 6'11", big body, 250, 260 frame, and he's gonna get a taste of that physicality down on the low block right now.
Prince off the mark, back iron. Sunderhouse with the offensive rebounds. One of the concerns Coach talked about is they're very athletic, and so because of their athleticism, they can get those offensive rebounds. They lead the conference in that statistic.
Yeah, long rebounds. They'll shoot deep shots that create long rebounds, and their long athleticism able to out-jump the defenders to get them. And Sunderhouse stepping out to knock down the big three.
So their best post player, but can also step out and hit the three. Just a freshman. Whistle and a foul on Chad Rasmussen. Freshman out of University Place, Washington. It was a junior college transfer from Tacoma. There is Coach Cameron Dollar. He's a head coach by the age of 22 in a IA program, Southern California College. See the three-pointer situation. Utah State already with 3 makes. You know, Seattle really struggled against Idaho last Saturday. Expect greater attendance here. This game will filled in nicely about half hour before tip-off. We were wondering where are all the people. Of course, still break. Students aren't back yet. I expect Saturday will be a much larger crowd, but this isn't bad, considering it's like minus 50 degrees outside.
Yeah, maybe they want to venture out of their dorms to come to the game, or maybe wait to get back to Logan because of the cold weather.
Gene off the mark. It's the cabling up above.
Gene, he can shoot it. We've seen him already knock down one kind of off the dribble, dribble around and come to the top of the key. He'll look to pull the trigger on those deep threes. Somehow Stu always finds a very athletic left-handed shooter. You think back, Pooh Williams was the last left-handed shooter that we had here in the Spectrum.
He was from Federal Way, Washington. Inside 9 minutes, 5-point Aggie lead. Here's Rasmussen, misses. Lopez had good positioning, and Aggies come away with it. It was Reed who got the rebound.
Boy, between Green and Sunderhouse, those are 2 big bodies. Yeah, these are having a hard time rebounding against.
Reed able to draw the foul on a drive and kick. Jared Shaw will check back into the ball game, as will Preston Medlin. And Gene and Lopez will have a seat on the bench.
Yeah, quick rest for the big guys. You'll see a couple offensive rebounds, and immediately Stu goes back to his starters.
Roland to inbounds for the Aggies. Butterfield back to Medlin. 8.5 to play in this first half.
See, Seattle's dropped back into a zone. So the Aggies trying to get the ball high post into the big guy, Shaw.
Jump hook, hit flat. Here comes Seattle U on the break. Unable to finish. Reed picks it up. Rasmussen hustling back, but it won't matter as Reed throws it down again.
Boy, how did he avoid the block? You know what? I was thinking he was going to get his feet taken out. I'm thinking, don't go up and hurt yourself, young fella. It's on the wing in the 3 position just because they're short with guys in the 3 spot. And boy, showing his ability to get up and down the floor. Fast break buckets. Coming easy for the Aggies.
Got eye issues. He saw he had a towel blotting his eye. Hopefully he'll be back as Sunderhouse in a bright spot here for Seattle U with another bucket.
Boy, Sunderhouse has got 11. I mean, the redshirt freshman really is very good in the key. He's catching the ball deep in the paint and making the right moves and getting easy buckets.
Shaw inside.
So easy off that dribble play. You know, we haven't seen him really execute that at all last year much or this year too often. But boy, that time they were patient offensively and waited for it to develop, kept their spacing, and Shaw got the easy bucket.
Sunderhouse Brooks now with 13. His season high is 14 points. He did that in the very first game against Montana State, so he has a chance for a career high.
Shaw gambled. He tried to go after the steal at the top of the key. And it created spacing for Sunderhouse to knock it down. Boy, the fella can shoot. He can play in the paint. I love the freshman. I love the way he's playing. The key thing for him is no turnovers. You know, a lot of times this year, the post players between Shaw and Reed, they got a little impatient down in the post and put the ball on the floor and turn it over. So no turnovers coming down there for Reed.
Yeah, he had 4 turnovers on Monday against Texas State, so not only is he producing in terms of scoring, but also taking care of the basketball, which was a big key for Coach Morrill. Shaw with 2 points, make it 4 after the nice move.
It is so hard to stop that jump hook. The only thing I wish he'd do is keep his head up. Kind of ducks the head and falls away. If he could somehow corral that body to go forward towards the rim, he'll be tough to stop. And boy, once again, Sunderhouse.
New career high
Wow.
for Deshaun Sunderhouse, 6'9", 230 freshman. Now with 15 points, besting his 14. Had the first game of the year against Montana State out of the Big Sky Conference.
He comes right back at you. I mean, very effective.
Rolling. Back to Clifford. Clifford at 3. Off the mark. Out of bounds. It'll be Seattle U basketball.
You know, and that's one area that Clifford was so solid at a year ago, is shooting, stepping out, and a little pick and pop, and be able to shoot that top of the key three-pointer and baseline jumper. Just hasn't quite found the range this season yet. Just a little, seems hurried offensively, only shooting 35% on the season. Because you know he's got that step-out game. He's got that soft touch.
Had that Bingham High under Coach Mark Dubon. Vasi able to draw the foul, will head to the free throw line.
You know, they'd love to post up Prince Obasi. I mean, that's something that Coach Morrill talked about this week is, hey, they're going to post up their two guard, and they love to post him up. And even with the big, strong body that Butterfield's got, you can see Obasi, he's going to come at you hard. Keep your eye on number 0 down there in the paint.
And misses his first. He's 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 2 from outside, and now 0 for 1 at the line as Reed checks into the ball game.
They bring Gene in for Butterfield. Well, if Butterfield wasn't up to his liking, or coach's liking, getting beat by Obasi, will lob over the top.
Had just 3 points and lost against Idaho last Saturday. So he's struggled back-to-back games. Medlin pull up 3 and an out. Rebound by Green and Seattle U. Pickett Jr. pushing. Here's Prince.
Yeah, Seattle, they look to push on the break. There's more post-up action coming from Obasi. Even though they didn't feed him, he got low into the paint. That's what he wanted.
Gene from outside. Lopez unable to get the rebound, but because it was contested, able to slap it out against Seattle U. So it'll stay with the Aggies. Good hustle that time by Lopez.
Yeah, credit Lopez, getting back defensively and just using the active hands. Not coming up with a foul, slapping the ball off the defender.
5-point Aggie advantage as we approach 5 minutes to play. Rolling. Gives it up to Medlin. Rebounding even. Both teams with 10. Utah State plus 10, and Lopez, look out.
You know, that's one part of Lopez's game as the sophomore is going to develop and get used to playing again, is being patient in the post. You know, they can all take a note out of Kyisean's book because you can see from a year ago it's really progressed in his game. But you'll see Sean Lopez and even Jordan Stone, when they get down in the post, they're just not as fluid and not as patient, and sometimes get caught with happy feet, a couple traveling turnovers, put the ball on the floor and down low, and then throw it away, you know, kind of panic mode. So as soon as they settle down and get used to the environment and get used to the system, I think they'll be just fine.
Aggie fans want to know, how long will that take?
Boy,
It depends.
you know, I go back to comments coming from Coach Morrill earlier on this year. He says, you know, I don't know how good we are now, but I think we have potential come the end of January, 1st of February, to be really good. So I'd like to say that the coaching staff thinks, as Gene hits another 3, that could be as soon as a couple of weeks, as soon as they get a little more experience. So remember, they haven't played a lot of games until as of late.
7 games in 2 months, and now they've kind of condensed their scheduling here. A tough shot by Gene, by the way. 8-point advantage, and Seattle U with their 6th turnover.
Now you got 3 in the key coming from Clarence Trent. Trying to get the little 2-man game going, get the post, kick back out to Rasmussen. Rasmussen's their guy that shot a lot of 3-pointers. He shoots 38% from downtown, but he's coming into the game, of his 85 shot attempts, 65 of them were 3-pointers.
And he's essentially their tallest player that plays. They've got a 6'11 guy, Jack Brook, but he doesn't play that often. He's a freshman out of Manchester, United Kingdom, but he's only seen action in a handful of games. Inside 4 minutes to play, first half. Lopez. The jump hook does not fall as Trent, another rebound.
Right now, defensively, Seattle's doing a good job of pushing the post players for Utah State out of the key. They're catching the ball about 10 to 12 feet rather than 2 to 6 feet where they want to make a post move, and you can tell it's really affecting their game. Not getting the good looks down low that they were getting early on in this game.
Pickett Jr. with a nice move. 29-23. Gene to Lopez. Lopez, nice move. Unable to finish.
Good move. You know the footwork will come. If he could just get one more step going towards the basket rather than away from the basket, that's probably a layup that goes in.
Nice contest on the other end against Green. Here's Davis. Got off to such a great start and has a chance for a three-point play.
Once again, it's the guard penetration. Early offense on the break, Michael. I've talked about that in almost every telecast that we've had is the early offense. And you see
Marcy Davis, where they were down just one.
And that's a good Davis team. I think they're gonna bode well in the Big West. They got some shooters.
They surprised me, that's for sure.
They've got some shooters. I think they're coached very well.
So Marcel Davis at the free throw line. 57% makes good. So Davis now with 5 points and 5 assists as Reed goes out. Ben Clifford has come in for Coach Morrill. Inside 3 minutes to play in this first half. Stay with us at half. We'll have Matt Wells, the head coach of the Utah State football team, will drop by as Davis just took it away. Second steal of the game by Marcel Davis. I thought Clifford was fouled on that play. Medlin able to get it back. Sets up Clifford, and Clifford scores. Medlin did not give up on the play, got it back, and got a nice assist. An easy bucket for Ben Clifford. Boy,
karma somehow comes the Aggies' way right there this first half of this ballgame.
New career high for Deshaun Sunderhouse with 15. Clifford, good to see him getting the scoring column. So we approach 2 minutes to play in this first half. Bring the double team on Sunderhouse, and he turns it over. So the help D by Clifford forces another turnover, the 8th committed by Seattle U.
You know, that's one thing that Stu Morrill's posts have always done. They call it their monster D. You know, they go after it and they trap the post players. And when the post players catch the ball, they go down low and they trap. And they trap hard. And a post player that's not used to handling the ball kind of panics. You know, we've seen it with Lopez. We've seen it with Shaw. And the Aggies just returned the favor there.
Out of bounds. Bedart, the freshman out of Brazil. Good contest there. Just knocked the Davis pass out.
It might have been one of the lone ill-advised passes coming from Davis when he tried to force it into Jared Shaw. About the only wrong thing he's done here in the first half.
Shot clock down to 5.
You know, they're back into their zone.
Deep 3 to beat the clock. Sunderhouse with the rebound. We're going to get Clifford on the foul.
Well, there's the length by Sunderhouse playing off in the undersized post player and Ben Clifford. Ben had the inside position. Just doesn't have the athletic ability to go up and grab the rebound, and that's what Sunderhouse did. Comes up with that foul. But there are only 14 fouls for Utah State in the first half. 2 of those go to Kyisean Reed.
Seattle U shooting 42% in this first half. Pickett Jr. deep 3, and it's good. Been a bright spot as of late. Speaking of Pickett Jr., 5 points.
See, Cameron Dollar's taking notice of the early offense and the fast break points in the zone. This time Seattle fell right back into it. Looks like a 1-2-2 zone.
Davis open look at a 3. Rimming out. Bedart. Rasmussen passes up the 3 inside. Sunderhouse unable to hit. Fairly high percentage. Surprise. That looked like one of the easier ones he's had this evening. 6 of 8 now after that last miss.
On the break, they can get on a little run here. Close out this game. They can get an early bucket right here and then get the ball back one more time before half.
Bedart. Rasmussen. Able to get Medlin on the foul. How about our Larry H. Miller drive of the game? Of course, it's going to be Kyisean Reed.
Boy, that's a drive. And he drove 3/4 of the length of the court and goes up with the right hand. The lefty showing the versatility.
Now that's a fast ride, no question about it, by Kyisean Reed. 36 seconds left. Look at Reed. One more coming up for Rasmussen. Made good on the first, and he hits the second.
And depending on what happens here, the Aggies can probably work shot clock down so they'll only give Seattle back the ball with about 1.2, or depends on when they take the shot here in the shot clock.
Less than a second differential.
I assume they're going to play some clock and work for one final shot.
Davis, Jean. Here's Shaw. Was doubled, put it up, left it short. 8 seconds left.
So they've got plenty of time. That time Shaw ducked his head again. Got to keep the head up and go strong towards the basket.
Pickett Jr. lost it. I'm going to say he turned it over. 1.6.
He lost the handle going up, and they're going to get that travel. See, now is when Seattle's going to probably extend the pressure. See if they can get a quick one off to Marcel.
They practice this after every practice. This one's going to be well short. It's going to hurt his field goal percentage. He was number 1 on the team.
Boy, almost got it off the bounce.
But good first half for Utah State after they got off to a kind of a sluggish start, down 7-2. Oxygen serving Cache Valley for over 35 years. First possession, second half. We got whistles. And a shot clock malfunction. We had this in the first half, too.
10 seconds has run off the game clock, but the shot clock hasn't run. And, I looked over the scores table, and where the official's standing now, the guys with the other official's jersey on was trying to get the attention of the far side official before he inbounded the ball. And so, I don't know if they had a shot clock malfunction or something that happened before, if they're going to re-cue this, or they're just going to put 10 seconds as if it ran off the shot clock. Put 25 on and go.
Pickett Jr. 5 points in that first half. Sunderhouse, he was the guy.
See, they're trying to post up Abassi. Again, they're going to go right down and post up that 2-guard.
Rasmussen for 3, and it's good.
Well, that's the shot they want. And that's a wide open look coming from your best 3-point shooter.
That's his first field goal. They press.
See, they're trying to force the ball into the corner. That's where they want Butterfield to catch it. Force you to catch the ball in the corner and then trap him. And you see it's Pickett Jr. that's coming up to take away the trigger ball to Marcel.
And Trent steps in. What do you call foul on Davis?
Wow, Trent steps in, uses those long arms. Preston Medlin, I kind of question that inbounds ball. You're throwing it to a guy that's completely covered. You've got a 6'2", 6'3" guard that's covered by a 6'6", 6'7" long athletic post player. You had Kyisean Reed wide open. So a turnover to start things off for the Aggies.
Utah State just 5 turnovers in that first half. Seattle U had 10.
This could be a 5 or a 6-point swing.
Rassi inside.
Well, there's the post up of Obasi. They're going to post him up.
And they set up the press. This is something they did with great effectiveness last year in Key Arena, in which they beat the Aggies 73-66. 1-point game. Here's Medlin.
5-point swing to start the game. Points off turnovers. First you get the open look coming from Rasmussen.
Butterfield misses on the jumper. He's been kind of quiet tonight. Trent with the rebound. Utah State led by 11 with 2:28 left in that first half.
There's the post up coming from Obasi. Boy,
that's a turnover.
That's going to be the travel coming from Sunderhouse. Obasi brings so much attention because he's drawn help side from the post players. Really strong down the low block for a guard. And opens the lane up.
Shaw got it back, but was blocked by Sunderhouse. Pickett Jr. with it now. Rasmussen puts it on the floor. misses. Reed, a big rebound. Seattle U had a chance to take the lead that possession.
Good closeout coming from Preston Medlin. Found another turnover by Marcel. After having such a solid first half, not the start of the second half that you'd like.
He was dropping dimes, taking care of the ball. 4 assists early, 1-for-1 shooting, had a couple of steals. Now he's 2 of 5 shooting and a couple of turnovers. There's Pickett Jr. Leaves it for Trent, rejected by Kyisean. So Reed leads the team in that statistic in block shots.
Boy, I just love the battle down low. Athlete against athlete. You've got the 2 most athletic players on each team just going at it. You see Pickett Jr., not a bad idea, finding Trent. And Trent, that's what you do. You gather and go up and score. He didn't do anything by taking too much time, putting the ball down low. He kind of had to catch it low on the low pass. And boy, Reed, rejection.
21 blocks for the lone senior on Utah State's team. Aggies by 1 with possession.
Seattle starting in man-to-man here this possession. When they've gone zone, the Aggies have been able to do pretty well.
Here's Butterfield. Leaves it for Lopez. Too strong off the glass.
You see Obasi, immediately he might want to just start backing defenders down. He's got the back down pretty good.
Nice cut against Davis. Reed was there, though, defensively. Back outside to Obasi. Look inside to Trent. Reverse layup is good.
Miscommunication defensively. You see Marcel got confused. And that's probably part of the freshman wall. They switched screens offensively when he got beat, or defensively when he got beat by Pickett Jr. That's immediately what happened.
Midland misses on the runner. First lead for Seattle U since early
they had
the
a
first half.
7-0 run to start the game. And that's kind of what they're starting here in the second half. Another 7-0 run to start this half off. Kind of the MO of this basketball team.
Reed had it taken away by Pickett Jr. Rasmussen, deep 3, in and out. Lopez and Reed were right there. It was knocked out by Seattle U, so it will be Utah State basketball.
I think it was Sunderhouse that got his hand on it.
Trent sits down.
You can tell he's playing frustrated. He doesn't look like he's playing completely healthy. Seems like he's been really tired. Not the athletic, tight-wound spring we saw a year ago.
Green is checked in for the first time in the second half as Obasi comes up with another turnover.
A lot of turnovers here in this second half by Utah State.
Green inside. He had excellent positioning, and he's able to score. Now Seattle a 3-point advantage.
Green's 6'9", and Kyisean 6'6", and they're going to take advantage of a lob over the top.
Averages just 3 points a game, does Green. 11 minutes of work, so certainly a role player. Butterfield. He's been known to hit some key threes, especially down the stretch in games. He's been quiet tonight.
He shoots 47% from downtown, and right there you see him. He's had 2 fadeaway three-pointers.
Medlin gives it up to Davis. Draws the foul, and Marcel Davis will head to the free throw line. 15:06 left here in the second half. Seattle U with a good beginning to start things. So he's our Four Seasons Event Center Luxury Apartment Home sub of the game, Ben Clifford. Is Marcel Davis at the line. Makes good on the first, true freshman out of American Fork. Had a fantastic high school career with the Cavemen.
This might be the points that they need to get them going, or the shooting they need to, the first points of the half. You play almost 5 minutes of a half without a basket. Finally get some at the foul line, maybe to get you into rhythm and get going and kind of slow the game down. See Trent's back in the game. He's really posting hard on Kyisean Reed.
Pickett Jr. Rasmussen, the closeout by Medlin.
Medlin's just going full speed to close out on him. The ball fake cleared a little bit of space for him earlier.
Shot clock down to 3. Pickett Jr. with 2, left it short. Good rebound by Lopez. Good positioning, skies for the ball. Gets the rebound and was fouled on the play.
Used his body. I think he put the nail on the coffin right there when he said good positioning. You know, he had great positioning there in the low block to get that rebound. But that's the shot you want. I think defensively, that's what you're looking for. Force them into taking, you know, a fadeaway three-pointer.
Davis. Points from the line, the last possession. See if Aggies can get a field goal here. Reed, top of the key. Too strong. Butterfield battles for it. Bedard comes down with it. Here's Flora. Utah State off to a slow beginning here in this second half. Flora open look at a 3. Well shy, but it goes off of Butterfield. It'll stay with Seattle U.
That's a hard rebound to get. All your momentum's going towards the rim, towards the hoop, trying to crash those boards. And it's a short shot. So you kind of got to look at the shot, try and judge where it's going to come off. That's tough. Tough rebound to make. Tough break for Butterfield to have it go off his fingertips.
Marvin Jean comes in for Butterfield. 1 point. Seattle U advantage. They're looking to go to 500 on the season and in conference play.
They're going to get Kyisean. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Just a physical battle. I mean, you look down in the paint, down in the key area, down low with him and Sunderhouse. Gives up a couple inches. And he's just trying to take any entry away from him.
Close to a 5-second close. Bedard gives it up to Obasi.
So when Pickett Jr. comes out of the game, they put Obasi in as the point guard.
Sunderhouse hits on the one-hand runner. 17 now for the freshman out of Georgia. Up to a 3-point advantage for Seattle U.
Well, Sunderhouse, he's got great touch. I mean, a nice little play going towards the basket, a little floater. You know, that's something I'd like to see more out of Utah State's post players is take your momentum towards the basket.
Reed with the rebound. Back to Davis. There's Jean on the wing. Back to Medlin. Lopez with a strong take and draws the foul.
You know, that's exactly what I'm talking about. All of his momentum is going towards the hoop where he's going to pick up the foul or get a little better look at the rim. You know, I think one thing the Aggies need to do is get Preston Medlin involved. He had a couple quick buckets early in this ball game, but since then he's gone quiet.
Lopez, you see season high, 5 rebounds, 2 of 4 from the line. Misses on the first.
Well, you take a look at his free throw. I've never seen anybody shoot, but it spins like a knuckleball. I mean, he spins it sideways. I've watched him in practice, and it seems like there's times where, or you know, warming up before games where he knocks a good percentage of them down, but then every 5th or 6th one seems like it did with that first free throw. That just breaks off the glass with that kind of knuckleball.
3 of 6 shooting, knocked away. Utah State again with another forced turnover.
Well, the active hands defensively. I think they want Sunderhouse to put the ball on the floor.
Reed hacked inside. He'll head to the line, but that's kind of the success that we saw in the first half was Marcel Davis penetrating, setting up Reed.
Well, you know, I like the decision coming from Marcel. He gave up an open look at the basket to get a better look. I mean, he could have shot that three-pointer. He was open, but immediately, as they closed out a little ball fake, he saw the lane open, great penetration and dish, and gets Reed to the foul line.
Kyisean makes good on the first.
Boy, this place gets quiet every time the Yankees step up for a free throw.
A very smart fan base, no question about it. The Herd able to make both of them, now 15 for Reed. Top scorer for the Aggies. Sunderhouse, the overall leading scorer in the game, was 17. Tied at 39. Prince with the three, and it's good. Just like that, Seattle U goes up by 3.
Boy, he turns and has something to say to the herd. You know that's what guys that come in the Spectrum, once they get going. He's one of those guys that thrives on the pressure, likes to perform under the pressure.
Here's Davis trying to answer, and he does. Marcel Davis tied at 42.
He shoots about 40% from three-point range, just under 40%. He's had 3 open looks. You figure the 4th one's going to go down.
Aggies take it away again. Here's Medlin. Seattle U gets back on defense. Davis again the pull-up. Front iron. Reed with another athletic rebound. Skying for that one. Second chance here for the Aggies.
It seemed like Marcel kind of shot that out of rhythm. You could tell as soon as it left his hands it was going to be short. I think the Aggies wait for a little better shot here.
Medlin on the drive, and he was hammered. Medlin will go to the free throw line. 11:06 left in the second half. And we're tied at 42 when you come back. Preston Medlin's telecast, or pardon me, game will be on January 17th when they will take on New Mexico State here at the Spectrum at 7 p.m. Had a nice win on New Year's Eve against Texas State. Coach Finkbinder's team, Devin Christensen, worth the price of a ticket.
Oh, yeah. She'll make it rain.
Yeah, she's
a great shooter.
One of the top scorers in the WAC. Exciting play. They score a lot of points as Medlin makes good on the first free throw.
The Aggies now shooting 80% from the free throw line to only 50% for Seattle. They're 4 of 8. But I think a key stat here is you look at assists to turnovers. The Aggies were 11 assists to 5 turnovers in the first half. They're now 12 assists to 8 turnovers. So they've only had 1 assist here in the second half.
The shooting percentage has also gone way down as Trent gets that one to drop. Danced on the rim and then dropped in.
They're shooting 46% from downtown. Seattle and Utah State's shooting 27%. And that percentage was down as low as 22% here in the early goings of this half.
There's Davis. Gene thought about it. Nice look inside to Clifford, and Clifford finishes.
You know, once again, the penetration coming from Marcel Davis. It seemed like he was going nowhere with the ball, but last minute, a great pass and a good dish as the lane opened up for Clifford.
Clifford now with 4. TJ Chop drops it in.
Chop with the left-handed hook shot. A great little jump hook. Caught the ball right in the middle of the paint. Was able to just catch, turn, and shoot. Didn't put the ball on the floor.
Field goal percentages, you see, 49 for Seattle U, 42 for the Aggies, and Shaw makes good.
You know, you look across at the coaches, you got Cameron Dollar saying, push it, push it, push it. And Coach Moore saying, all right, get a stop now. Get a stop.
Jock with a quick shot. Trent with the rebound. Able to draw the foul. Kyisean Reed will come in.
It's the offensive rebound. You know, Seattle slowly pulled away that rebounding advantage.
Tops in the WAC in offensive rebounding.
+3 right now on the boards for the Red Hawks.
Trent, a 72% free throw shooter. Misses on the first. Their top scorer averaging 11 a game.
Santa's on summer vacation. Got Hawaiian Santa in the Spectrum tonight trying to distract some free throw shooters.
There's a different look. Here's Clarence Trent, the junior from Tacoma, Washington, will miss the second one. A lane violation. And maybe that's why there was a lane violation.
How about that? You know, I thought I heard, you better watch out, little Santa Claus coming to town. Creative.
That's a word for it, that's for sure. It adds the ambiance here of the Spectrum and the herd. Aggies by one with possession. Medlin back outside to Gene. Gives it up to Roland. Back to Medlin. Difficult jumper, but it's good by Preston Medlin.
You know, he's been so good on the road, and he hasn't been tremendous at home. He's been good, but not tremendous. And that's probably the spark he needs. I'll tell you what, get a stop. Boy, how about Sunderhouse running the floor? 19 points in this ball game for the young fella.
Leads all scores.
Seattle's done a good job changing the defense. I think they've done a good job of taking Preston Medlin out of the game. You know, on made baskets, they're dropping their zone. On misses, they're playing more of a man-to-man.
Shaw with a back iron. Here's Bedart. Peeking inside. On a drive now against Gene. Green back out. 8.5 to play. Second half. Tight one here at the Spectrum. Rejected. Jared Shaw sending that one back to the three-point range. Seattle U though retains possession. Shot clock down to 5. Green with the hook. Too strong. Gene tracks it down in the corner. Aggies with a 1-point advantage, looking to add to that. Roland, it was deflected. Should be Utah State ball, and it is.
I want to say stay with the Aggies. I'll tell you what, they haven't been able to get the ball into the post players since early goings when we saw Kyisean Reed doing it. And you wonder if they're going to try and get to that late in the second. Rebounds and 4 assists. Boy, he might have a double-double before tonight's over, but it's been when he catches the ball deep in the paint. When he catches the ball deep in the paint, Sunderhouse has been very effective. And see if the Aggies can take that away. And then on the flip side, the Aggies haven't been able to get the ball in the paint. Just all the defensive looks.
Medlin misses on the 3. Another rebound by Sunderhouse. So closing in on that double-double, as you pointed out.
Aggies shooting 23% from three-point range. Only 3 of 13. And 1 of 5 here in the second half.
Now shooting 42% in the game. Remember, they were shooting 51% at half. Still plenty of time. Sunderhouse misses on the 3. Did hit one earlier in that first half. Here's Medlin quickly. They call Pickett Jr. on the wraparound reach.
You know, defenses are very good at baiting Preston Medlin and try to get the reach around and knock it away, but they underestimate his quickness. And that time Pickett Jr. got caught hitting the elbow of Medlin, picked up with a foul. But Medlin's got a knack of getting in the lane. You know, I think a lot of people underestimate his ability to get in traffic and create shots for himself.
WAC preseason player of the year. Coming off a 24 and 21 point performances against Texas San Antonio and Texas State. Shaw misses. He backpedaled. Maybe if he charges, he gets that ball back.
It seemed like the lane was open. And boy, Clarence Trent just had a monster box out on Kyisean Reed and really forced him out of the key. So he wasn't in any position to make the play or get the rebound.
Inside 7 minutes to play, second half.
Here they go on Obasi again, trying to post up Obasi.
Sunderhouse. How about that? 21 points.
You know, they double down on Obasi and dish off to Sunderhouse. He's had quite a few shot attempts to go along with his points.
Shadow U by 1. Back to Medlin. Bit too strong.
That's one that looked good. Might have been a little rushed. That ball just went to the same 2 guys just playing catch back and forth and really didn't cause the defense to move. Get in position to get offensive rebounds or anything there. Kind of force a quick shot.
There's Obasi. Nice move. Oh, the throw down by Sunderhouse.
Boy, how about the pass coming from Obasi? Once again, it's the post. They're posting up Obasi down low. This is a much more improved Seattle team from a year ago.
Medlin on a drive. That one rolls in for Preston. Now double figure scoring with 11. Bringing Utah State within 1.
Joe Medlin once again getting into the lane. That's open for him. They're letting that lane open up. If he can get that floater going. See, here's Obasi again. They're trying to work it in. This better by Butterfield to force him to catch it 24 feet away.
Trent for three. Rowland with a nice rebound. Important possession here, I think, for Utah State. Butterfield has some big threes in the past, and he hits another one.
You know, it seems like whenever they need a big basket, Spencer's the one that steps up and knocks it down. I asked Coach Morrill, I go, does he remind you of Brian Green? And he said, you know, we thought about that when we recruited him. He's kind of like a Brian Green. He's like, it's almost like if you took Tyler Newbold and Brian Green and packaged them together, you would get Spencer Butterfield. And that's kind of what we got and thought when we recruited him. And I think he's right. I think he comes out, he doesn't lack any heart. He doesn't lack any hustle. And you know, he'll go at you hard. Like we mentioned, he loves to box out and rebound, knocks down big shots.
CLU with their 16th turnover. How about for Butterfield, though? That first field goal of the night, and it comes at a crucial time, giving Utah State a 2-point advantage.
That's a big basket. They're on a 5-0 run right now. See if they can continue to add to it. You know, Marcel's back in, and you wonder if he's going to try and start penetrating this zone. If the lane opens up, you know he'll try and get in there.
There is Davis, baseline drive, weaving his way back to the outside. Medlin, good look at a three, and it's good. Back-to-back threes. The first by Butterfield, this time by Medlin, and he's charged up.
That one was a little deeper by Medlin. You know, he's been long on his last three balls. That time, what do? You step back 2 feet, knock it down.
Nice run here by Utah State as we approach 4 minutes to play in the game. Obasi with a three, and then a smile and points to the herd.
Boy, he loves it.
You gotta love the showmanship.
But you got a feeling when he got that open look, he's gonna knock it down. He thrives on the pressure.
Butterfield. Medlin's feeling it. In and out. Pickett Jr. another board.
Pickett Jr. and Jop had a collision. So Obasi, he's going to want it. He's going to go after it. And then Kyisean on his fourth foul. Him and Green doing battle down low.
So a break in the action. 3:28 left.
You know, you look
2
at
points.
You look
Good game.
at Seattle U and see if Utah State can come up with a stop right here. Only a 2-point game, but they had 16 turnovers, and the Aggies have capitalized 22 points off those turnovers. Just see what they do down the stretch. Because right now they're really turned up the intensity offensively, and they've got buckets. Got a lot of buckets.
Flora. Back outside to Pickett Jr. Green misses, and it's Shaw with a rebound. Utah State able to get stopped there on defense. Here's Davis trying to feed Shaw. Battles for it. Held ball. It'll stay with the Aggies with 2:56.
I thought that was a great idea by Shaw. By Davis. Shaw's a little slick on the fingers. It's when you like to see him grab and just throw down. You know, it's interesting. They keep Kyisean in with those 4 fouls. They go right at him with Green, and Green misses.
Davis, big shots, knocks in a three. Utah State 61-56 over Seattle. 13 for Marcel Davis, and that was a big one.
Boy, that's a big shot coming from Marcel. What a great look.
Hey, fellas, you using both blenders?
Defense, the shooting percentage has gone down a little bit for Utah State. 3 big-time threes as Sunderhouse turns it over again. 17 Seattle turnovers. But Davis hit that last big three. Medlin hit a three, and then it was all started by Butterfield.
Boy, then we got a technical foul on Sunderhouse. And you look right there. There's a travel. The ball's leaving his hands. Boy, so he gets the turnover.
And he got it right there when he slammed the ball to the hardwood.
Boy, that's something that's not going to make Coach Cameron Dollar happy. Trying to keep your head in this game because you're within striking distance.
He's played such a great game. He's the leading scorer in the game. He's got 23 points at a throwdown. 10 rebounds. He's got a double-double.
Yeah, 4 assists. The only knock on his game today is he's got 4 turnovers. I think he's traveled all 4 times. Or, excuse me, 5 turnovers. He's had 5 traveling calls. Or might have thrown 1 away. But, he's got caught moving his feet a couple times without the ball. And he's going to go have a seat on the bench right now. Sure, that's not going to make Coach happy. But this is a team that can strike fast. You know that they're going to bring up the intensity and they're going to try and come up with a couple big plays.
Davis missed on the layup, trying to get it back. And it comes to Brooks Hanson. Oh, they're going to say off of Marcel Davis.
Say it off Marcel. Boy, I like the home run ball. It's worked on the breaking the press, a little home run ball. But I thought right there Pickett Jr. had a little elbow on his back. But right there, he just contests it. And Marcel's unable to finish. It's just one of them young mistakes.
Pickett Jr. splits the defense and scores.
I mentioned they can score in a hurry. They'll score in a hurry. When you think of this team from Seattle. They'll put some pressure on you. Got to get it across the timeline.
How about Reed to Shaw? Missed the dunk, but Reed right there. Kyisean Reed, what a play. Brings it up, breaks the press, finds an open Shaw, got the offensive rebound, put it home, and was fouled.
How many times have we seen him bring the ball up the court tonight, showing us his skills to handle the ball? Right here, he somehow gets through the pressure, and I don't know if that's the play you want, is your big man bringing the ball up the court. But
it's a point forward. I love this.
Boy, a nice play. And how about the follow?
And converts on the three-point play. So Reed now with 18 points.
85% Utah State from the free throw line. Now that'll win ball games. That'll win ball games if you can shoot in the high 80s.
Rasmussen misses with a 3. Another rebound by Reed. Double-double, 18 and 10. Here's Shaw. Awkward shot. Doesn't get the call. One of the fouls. Looking at the official.
Boy, they held right onto Shaw's arm. Sometimes you don't get the call.
Reed steps in. And Reed's got another highlight. Oh, my. Kyisean Reed. He is electrifying.
Boy, I thought Clarence Trent was going to try and get a block there. There was no block coming from Trent, and Kyisean did a good job of knowing where Trent was and keeping the ball away from him. He's got that long reach, kept the ball away, and then goes up and throws it down. Wow, what a play.
20 and 10 for Reed. Plus playing a little bit of point guard, breaking the press.
Boy,
for the game.
He's making a great case for an all-conference player. He's a first-team all-conference player the way he's played in these last couple games. Preston Medlin getting the preseason WAC Player of the Year, but how about this right there? Long arms, first of all, steps in front of the pass. Now watch Trent coming in on this. Looks like he's going to block it. Kyisean takes that ball high and away from the defender and throws it down.
Davis misses. 10-point Utah State advantage. Pickett Jr. There's Obasi. Blocked by Shaw. Butterfield to Medlin.
Wise move by Medlin. If the lane's wide open, go lay it out. If it's not, take your time and make them foul you.
Rasmussen had gotten back defensively, so as you say, a wise move by the junior Preston Medlin. Medlin makes good on the first. 17 for Preston. $18 now for Medlin, scoring 21 the last game. How about our Lewiston State Bank play of the game? And it's got to be that last one. Absolutely, Reed, steal and dunk.
Boy, how about the play he's had? Look at this. Trent was coming to block it. Instead, he gets it high and away.
So that is our Lewiston State Bank play of the game. As the dart comes back in for Pickett Jr. 46 seconds left. 12-point Utah State advantage. Rasmussen contested and able to hit the shot over Butterfield.
You mentioned 12-point game, now just a 9-point game, but how did it turn into that when they had a 3-point lead with about 3 minutes to go?
The back-to-back-to-back threes that were huge in this one. Is Seattle U commits the foul. And now winning team, losing team chant. We'll let you listen. One of the fun traditions of college basketball, the winning team, losing team chant. And Coach Stu Morrill.
Just the creativity, every venue's got its thing. And you look at some of the things that creative students sitting in class, you wonder what gets the juices flowing, the mind going.
Three again.
Rasmussen's waited a little too long to start knocking those down.
And Midland going to call for a timeout. But our GNC player of the game, and a lot of choices here.
And 20 points. I think you take that from your senior. I think that's senior leadership right there. He's playing tough.
He's our GNC player of the game, as you mentioned. 20 points, 10 rebounds. Only senior on this Utah State team.
Seattle's not going to go away. All over the arms of Ben Clifford. And that's where you just need to be strong and chin the ball. You know they're going to be reaching. You got to keep it at your chin and not allow them to get into it and try and find that open guy. And that's one thing Seattle does so good, is taking that away from you.
Clifford 2 of 3 shooting tonight with 4 points. First attempts at the charity stripe. 78% free throw shooter on the season. In and out.
Well, the Aggies were shooting 87% at one time from the foul line. Now dropped down to 80. They've had quite a few attempts, too.
1 of 2. Now Ben Clifford with 5.
Kind of an offensive-defensive substitution right now. See if they can get Sean there to fill the lane, block some shots, and I assume they'll probably bring Clifford back in for free throws.
Shot clock turned off, down to 12 seconds. Rasmussen pulls the trigger. Flory gets it back for Seattle U, hits the floater. Down to 6 seconds, and Seattle U will foul. Butterfield a chance to fill up the stat sheet here.
They're into the double bonus. We're down to 4 seconds to go. Look at a 7-point game. I know a lot can happen. You still got one timeout left. If you can get them to miss both these and get a quick look at a couple threes.
Butterfield makes good on the first. I'm going to advance them. So they're 12-1 for just the third time in program history. Now in 08-09, they started 24-1. They got 2 more home games left on this 3-game homestand. Idaho on Saturday, and then San Jose State next Friday.
It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. It seems like they're playing better on the road.
Coach Stu Morrill has won his 575th game